Hello everyone, my name is V. I'm also known as V Nailed It. I am so excited for this collab. Huge shout out to Profiles for letting me do this video with you guys. We're going to be doing a very simple Christmas design. So in your swag bag, you should have received the Outshine No Wipe Gel Top Coat, definitely a must. Along with that, we have received some tiny Christmas edition crystals. And then of course we also got the pressed chrome powders. These are new and I'm obsessed already. They're super cute. This container is amazing. I love the fact that it is magnetic, so you could just take it out, pop it back in, and they're gonna stay in place perfectly fine. And then of course the applicator. Being that the chrome powders are pressed, it is amazing because you don't have to worry about messes or anything like that. We also received some Christmas stencils, super cute, tons of different designs. Of course, they have tons of other ones on their site, so make sure you guys check that out as well. Now getting right into the design, I did start with a pre-prepped practice hand. I went ahead and applied a nude colored acrylic. You can use whatever base color you'd like, and if you like working with gel polish, you can absolutely use whatever color you like as well. Because this is a topical nail art design, it is so easy to use whatever base you want, whether it's gel, acrylic, or builder gel. So I'm going ahead and applying a thin layer of that top coat over top, making sure that it's nice and smooth, and just placing that in the light. I went ahead and showed you guys a little snippet of that. Now once it's out of the light, I did cut out my stencils just to make my life a little bit easier, and I'm going to be applying it wherever I want to transfer that chrome powder. And I am using tweezers just to make my life a little bit easier because I do have nails on. Sometimes working with such tiny items, it can be a little bit tricky. So I'm just pressing that firmly into the position I want it. And then I'm grabbing some of that powder. Now, it is important that when working with the Snowflake stencils, you do not rub all over the place. You want to just firmly press it in because it has such delicate little details. If you do rub it in, it will lift up those details, and you don't want to ruin your perfect snowflake. So I'm just making sure that I'm more or less dabbing it into place, using pretty good pressure to get that all nice and opaque. And then once I'm ready, I go ahead and just peel that off, and it transferred perfectly. And I did decide to add half of this snowflake kind of off to the side. Same process, I'm firmly pushing that in to place. And then again, grabbing some of that powder and then just gently pressing that into the top coat. As you can see, it transfers perfectly. The color is so pretty. And you get such an easy design using such simple products. Now I did have some little areas where I accidentally put some chrome powder. So I'm just taking a lint-free wipe and just kind of cleaning that off with a little bit of alcohol. You can see me doing it very gently. I didn't get too much on it, so it wasn't that big of a deal. And then I'm just dusting off any excess chrome powder just so that it doesn't go all over the place whenever I top coat. Now, I know the white gel paint was not included in this month's swag bag. However, I wanted to give you guys kind of a little bonus on how you can jazz up such a simple design. So I'm going in with this amazing nail art brush. I am going in and just drawing an additional snowflake onto the side of that nail. It kind of brings the design to the next level without too much effort. So I'm just drawing 3 lines. And then grabbing some of the amazing frosting gel paint. I'm obsessed with these, and I'm super excited to be using all the other colors as well. So I'm just going in and drawing my little snowflake. I like to start off with 3 to 4 lines, and then I just go from there. And as you can see, it's kind of bringing it all together. And then I'm just going to do another little part of a snowflake off to the tip. And then because this is gel paint, you do want to make sure you cure that in the light. I love the fact that it is such a pigmented gel paint and it's super easy to work with. The viscosity of it is not thick, it's not runny either, so it's just perfect. Definitely a must. And of course, if you guys don't have this gel paint, you can always use whatever you have, whether it's acrylic paint or a white gel polish or regular nail polish. There are definitely other alternatives to doing this design. Because this is gel paint, I am placing it in the light. I went ahead and put it in there for about 30 seconds just to kind of freeze it all into place. And then once it's out of the light, I am going ahead and top coating this nail. I have this very terrifying fear that I'm going to ruin the design before I'm done. So I like to make sure that I secure designs like this into place before moving on to the next nail. So I'm just applying that same top coat over top of the surface. And then I'm going to be curing that in the light as well. I did want to show you guys an alternative design that flows very well with the middle finger. So I'm going in and applying my top coat as well. Very, very thin layer, but making sure that it is applied very smoothly. Once I'm done and ready to do so, I'm going to be placing that in the light, making sure that it is nice and cured. I went ahead and wiped off a little bit of that excess off of the sides. And then once it's out of the light, I'm grabbing that same red pigment and I'm going to be dabbing it mainly in the middle section of the nail. And then I am going to be just dabbing it very, very lightly around that. I kind of wanted to do like a splattered effect. And then I'm grabbing a little bit more of that chrome in gold now. And then a little bit of that silver one as well, just to give it a little bit of dimension. So now I'm going to be taking that same gel nail paint and I am going to be doing kind of like a starry effect, if that makes sense. So I'm starting off with this kind of little sparkle design and I'm just using that same nail art brush and creating that. And then I'm going to be doing tiny little dots all around it, just different kind of feel to the design. Super, super simple, very, very easy to achieve. I did accidentally stop recording before I was supposed to, so I just added a little bit more details. I went ahead and cured that in the light, and now once it's out of the light, I'm going to be applying some crystals. Now, because they are so tiny, you don't need too much adhesive, which makes such an easy application with the top coat. So I'm going to be showing you guys exactly how to do that. I'm going in with that same top coat, applying it over top of the surface. I'm going to be placing those crystals in that uncured top coat, and it's going to hold them into place very nicely. So I'm just making sure it's nice and clean around the edges. Now I'm taking my crystal picker tool and applying the crystals randomly on to that wet top coat. And I'm just placing them kind of wherever I feel like it accents the design. And there you have it. So now I'm going in and top coating the rest of the nails. And then of course I'm going to be placing that in the light, making sure it is nice and cured. But there are so many endless possibilities you guys can do using these chrome powders, like ombreing it or just a full covered chrome nail. So definitely obsessed with these, especially because they are mess free. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is the end result. I hope you guys learned a ton. Thank you guys so much for watching.